Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I am so excited because in today's video we are finally finishing up this bedroom makeover. If you haven't seen the previous videos, make sure that you go check them out so you can see how far this bedroom has come, but we still have a few things more to add to the space to get it to the point where I will call it finished, at least for now. So the first thing that I want to work on is this mirror. I made this mirror like 5 years ago or so. So the wood, it's kind of almost like, I don't know, farmhousey style. So I want to update it to make it more modern. But first, it has come like on the side right here, it has pulled away, the adhesive has a little bit. So I need to take it down, put it on the ground, and apply some silicone to the back of it to see if we can get it stabilized again. Okay, I'm gonna shove this out of the way to make room for something really exciting. If you watched last week's video, you saw me kind of try out the little rug in here to make sure I like the colors, and I did, and I ordered the bigger one. It's a 9 by 12. Well, technically I think it's like a 8.5 by 11.5. I'm gonna bring that in and figure out how to get it under the bed. Okay, the rug is looking really good. I love what it adds to the room. So I think the mirror is pretty much dry. So let's talk about the plan for that. I'll pop up some inspiration pictures of what I was thinking for this mirror and also the prices so you can see why I'm choosing to DIY it. So I had this perfectly good mirror, but like I said, I wanted to change up the style. So I grabbed this trim from Lowe's, and it is super thick. So I'm gonna put that on here, and also some tiny little trim pieces that are gonna go on the side, and it's gonna cover up the edges of this mirror, and then I'm gonna do a paint finish on it to make it look like antique metal. That's the goal. We've got all of these pieces on there really solid, and the next pieces are these chunky ones. I went ahead and cut the ends at a 45-degree angle, but before I attach these with some wood glue and some brad nails, I am going to hot glue the corners together just so there are no surprises and I can place it exactly where I want. Okay, that looks so good, but we just have one more little part that's gonna make it look more finished. You see this gap right here? Because this is actually crown molding, so it's angled on the side. I'm gonna take another one of those little trim pieces and just kind of put it in like this. And I'm just gonna hot glue that in, and it'll make it look a lot more finished. Okay, the mirror, all of the building phase is done. I think it looks so good. The caulking is dry, and now it is time to paint. So normally I would take this outside and spray paint it because it's faster, but I don't want to bring this all the way down the stairs and outside, and it's a million trillion degrees outside, so I'm just going to paint it by hand. And I am using metallic paint. I'm mixing a black and a brown, and it's just going to be the base coat to get deep down into the grooves and all of the texture of the trim that we have on there, because we're going to go over the top of it with something else. Okay, I let the mirror dry overnight, and I think it looks really good. It looks like it was always like this. Now I could leave it like this color. I think it would look fine, but I'm going to go over the top of it with some Rub and Buff in the color Gold Leaf and make the mirror more gold, but just brush it over the top. I'm not gonna get down into these grooves. Those are gonna stay dark. So when I originally built this mirror, one thing that I did wrong was, so you can see the reflection on the side of what's behind the mirror, and I did not paint or stain. Can you see, like right there? That is like reflecting the back of this board. So I got some more pieces of trim, painted, so I'm just gonna glue those in. And you see how it's just now reflecting back, because I made sure to do the finish on the bottom the same, and it's a much cleaner look. This is how the mirror turned out. I think it looks so good. It looks like it's always been this way. I absolutely love it. I'm trying to get a good video of it, but I have to avoid this light because it's so bright, which brings me to my next project. So for a room this size, your only source of light should not be one ceiling fan. So I put extra bright lights in there to brighten it up in here, but it makes the lighting really harsh. So I want to add some recessed lighting to the space. I'm adding new lighting thanks to today's sponsor, Adlon, and they sent over these LED recessed lights in a package of 24, and they are IC rated, ETL and FCC certified, and the wire terminal is UL certified, meaning that it's permitted to be in contact with insulation in the ceilings. Like my ceiling, the junction box is thermally protected, and if you have any questions, their customer support will respond to most cases within 24 hours. So they're really easy to install. They're very low profile, so it can be completed in just a few minutes. It fits various ceilings and joists. I decided to paint mine to match my ceiling since it's darker, so I just taped it off and painted them and let that dry. Then I went into the ceiling and ran wiring in the attic. So one good thing about these lights that I really like is they can be set to different temperatures, from soft white all the way up to daylight. So you don't have to worry about what color temperature light bulb to buy, which always confuses me. You can just set it to whatever need you have for the room you want to install them in. So these LED lights are super bright because they have higher lumens and lower power. So it saves you up to 90% in energy costs having these lights. And they're extremely versatile because they're so thin. They're also compatible with most dimmers. They're suitable for damp locations, so you can use them in kitchens or bathrooms, basically anywhere you need. You can even use them in outside soffits. Okay, the lighting is so much better in here. I can tell from the viewfinder on my camera already how much softer and better the lighting is in here. So I will leave the link to these lights down in the description. It's a really good deal because you get 24 lights in the box. I still have 20 left that I can use throughout the rest of my house. And here is the code that you can use to get 25% off. So make sure that you guys go check them out. Okay, the last project that I want to do in here is, I think we need something at the end of the bed. I want a bench or something like that that can be where we sit to like put on shoes or something, but also I want a storage bench that can hold all of the pillows and the blankets that we take off the bed, put them in the bench and close it so it'll be nice and organized. And I have looked and looked online and I cannot find one at least big enough for what I'm thinking to go across the king size bed. So I guess I will just make one. So this bench project is a really simple, beginner friendly project. So I'm just taking some 2x3s and adding pocket holes to each end of those because I'm going to be constructing the frame of the base. I will be making 2 matching pieces like this piece right here and connecting those together, and that will be the main support of the bench. I took some 1x3s and cut the ends at 45-degree angles so they would meet nicely in the corners, and I added those at the bottom just as the bottom trim piece. And I took some leftover shiplap paneling that I had from another project, and I'm just going to be adding that on top of the 1x3 to enclose the bench and add a decorative element. Finish off the corners because I didn't want to leave them exposed. I'm adding this little corner trim piece and I'm just shooting that in with some brad nails. And then for the top piece, I am using a project panel
that I cut down to the width that I wanted, and just some 1x2s that I cut at 45 degrees in the corners, again for a clean look, and shooting those in with some brad nails. A really simple top. And then of course I am just caulking everything, and I wood filled all of my holes from the brad nailer. And then I will be painting everything in the color Urbane Bronze by Sherwin Williams. I've always wanted to try it, and I actually ended up really liking it. It's hard to say what color it is. Is it gray? Is it brown? It's kind of one of those colors you're not really sure, but it almost goes with anything.
Okay, the bedroom is done, but before I show you the final reveal, let's take a look back at what it used to look like when we first started this makeover. That's it, another room makeover done. I am so happy with this room. It was outside of my comfort zone a little bit because of the darker colors and using a little bit more color than I was used to, but I'd love to know, what do you guys think? So leave a comment and let me know what you think of the bedroom makeover and what you think I'm going to be working on next. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!